Citizens, and welcome back to the verse. I don't know why I have two tabs open there. Welcome to the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo and the release of the Crusader Intrepid. So I'm going to actually do two things here. I'm going to look at the Crusader Intrepid here on the website and kind of take a look at it and see what I think. I haven't really seen anything about this except for what I've known from previous kind of releases. So we're going to take a look at this and check it out, and then we're going to go in the verse and check it out, and I'm going to give you kind of my thoughts on what I think as far as a starter and getting. Ooh, I do like that there's like a little jet that comes out of the wings when they fold. So watch up here, because this is kind of on a loop here. I do know about these side cargo areas, but right here, look at the jets that are inside. Oh, they're not on the inside of the wing. They're on the outside edge, but they tip down. I like that. I think that's kind of cool. So the biggest dreams start small. I'm not going to really read all this. I'm not going to really watch this video now. I'm just going to kind of quickly look through, because what I want to find out is a little bit about the ship itself based on what it says. I do like that they're showing you can use the cargo grids for larger boxes and small boxes. The issue right now is you can't place things in a grid pattern where you can have one box there and then a ball there and there. It doesn't seem to stack like that like it should, but the placing thing works. So in a way that kind of works, but you can put all your gear in there and exit and enter the ship, I think, from these cargo areas. Otherwise use the side area. Traditional Crusader look to the engines. It is a cool looking ship. 8 SEO cargo, so each one of these can hold 4, and I do like that it does hold like a 2 SEU size there. Something like the Sulian doesn't hold 2 SEU sizes, it only holds 1 SEU boxes, so in a way that's kind of cool. Visually, I don't mind the look. Now that they've made this gun a bit bigger, it does seem to fit the shape of the ship a bit better. And the interior, from what I've seen, does look pretty cool, but I have not really seen a lot of that because I do want to wait till I could get in the ship and check it out. Size 4 weapon hardpoint and twin missiles will keep the bogeys off your back. Still, I don't know. One size 4 is not really going to keep anyone off your back. This is not a ship for fighting. This is a ship for starting out and just kind of doing delivery missions, maybe very small cargo runs, or just getting from one place to another. Yeah, it does have a kind of a cool looking interior. It does look like it's got like a food area here with full cold storage. It'll have like a bathroom in there. If CIG ever makes space travel actually matter and take some time, I think an interior like this will be kind of handy, because I really think that you should have a ship that you're going to have to spend some time in to get one from one place to another. Right now, we're talking, a couple of minutes and you're from one place to another. So I hope they kind of check that. But we're looking here, interior-wise, very reminiscent of most Crusader ships, but a little more angular than round. If you're looking at like the round doors in something like the C1 or the Star Runner, these ones are a little more octagonal. So kind of an interesting look here. I kind of like it, although it doesn't have a lot of windows. I kind of wish it would have more windows, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm in there. Looking at this, also looks like it's got like a weapons rack here inside. A nice area. Got a little table here and a little bed. And components, very easy to get to. If I'm ever going to be salvaging a ship like this, I like that I can grab all these and chuck them out of this cargo area here. Very easy to get parts in and out and swap pieces out. Very easy to manage your components, and it looks like, I'm assuming this will be an engineering terminal there. So overall, kind of cool. Side entrance here, a little bit of a ladder steps kind of thing to work. Interesting that they chose Grim Hex as a place that you're going to be visiting with this. Grim Hex is kind of a dangerous place, not really a place for a single weaponed ship like this. Although Crusader ships do have a lot of maneuverability. Wow, they really make it look a lot bigger than, the ships that it's flying around. But interesting. We got the Star Runner there. We got the C1. We got the different Hercs. We got the various Crusader ships here. Looks cool. I will admit it does look cool, and looks like it'll have pretty good visual when you're in there. Technical specs: 6 meters high, 20 meters long, or 23 meters long and 20 meters wide. 8 SU cargo, 4 on each side. Special insurance offer. Celebrate. You are getting 10-year insurance policy on non-war bond, which means war bond will have LTI, I'm guessing. Remember when all new ships, war bond or otherwise, had LTI? No longer. We got $65. Wow. So when I first saw this, admittedly a smaller gun, but I'm assuming they didn't bump up the gun and bump up the price. I was expecting, a lot of people thought maybe 45 like the Mustang or the Aurora, and I honestly thought that wasn't far off. I thought maybe $5 more, maybe 50, but 65, it's going to have to be something you really want for $65. I'm not going to get into that in a moment, why I would think that that's a little bit high, and I'll explain why. Because for what it is, the paints look cool. This green paint looks kind of cool, kind of green and blue. That one, this one here only has like a difference between blue and red. They kind of did that with the C1. Yeah, $65. I'm gonna kind of hold off on my decision of what I think, if that's worth it or not. And if you're thinking about getting a game package, getting into the verse right now, just make your account and play for free. Don't get a game package today. Wait on it. There'll be other ships for sale. You can try out stuff, see what you really want, and really, you don't need to spend a lot of money to get into the game. You can always upgrade later. But right now, I don't know. I'm gonna have to keep looking at what else is out there. So what is currently on sale? So if we go to the shop here, let's look at what game packages. There's, I think, a Titan game package. So the Intrepid starter pack. We have the Mustang Alpha and the Cutter. Let's look at all the game packages currently on. So what does the starter pack have? Normally $80 for that starter pack, which meaning if you want to buy the ship plus be able to get in the game and play the game, normally it'd be $80 to start with this. Does this one come with 10-year or does this one come with lifetime? Lifetime insurance, which if that's something you still really want and if it's something you're going to upgrade in the future, maybe that's worth it. The Cutter starter pack for $51, normally $60. Honestly, out of the two, I would go with the Cutter. It's an awesome starter. It's one I still love. And it is also one of the ship ones. We have the Mustang Alpha. This is the cheapest the game ever is. So unlike the Mustang ship itself, which is actually cheaper, you need a game package to get the game. You need to have one of the game packages. And so the game packages come with not only the ship, but comes with basically access to the game. So Star Citizen digital download. If it doesn't say that in your game package, in at least one ship that you own, you're not going to be able to play the game. So you make sure that you have a game package as your starter. And $40.50 for the Mustang, 10-year insurance, that is awesome because not only are you going to be able to play the game, but you can always upgrade that later, and you're always going to have access to the game. You're never going to lose the game. $40.50 for unlimited access to the verse. Great deal. Great deal. Still can't believe this is 65. To me, that seems really high. You do not need to get an Andromeda. Do not need to get the Freelancer or Cutlass. All these are very expensive ships that you don't need to buy right now. Let's look at ships. Now, to find out what kind of upgrades are available, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go to Other and Ship Upgrades. And I always do this. So we're just going to click on this side, and we're going to look for black in this corner here. So we're going to go down, see if anything shows up as being in black. Those would be the war bonds. So there you go. The Zeus Mark II ES and the CL. $175 per ship. But if you get them with cash, you can save $60 or $15, I should say. You can $160. If I wanted to get a ship that was more expensive, what I would do is I would buy those upgrades from something to the CL, and then from something from the CL to something else, and that's how you use the CCU game. I do have videos on that to save some money. And if you're upgrading, you do actually transfer over the the insurance of the highest level. So if you're starting out with a ship like the new Crusader ship, you will be able to then have a larger and larger ship with LTI. And that's the only reason I could see someone potentially getting that ship right now. We have the Star Lancer Max, we have the Prowler, and the M2. So these are all different ones that are on Warbond CCU upgrades for today. They used to be with the Expo that they would show you them all at once. Now you don't know what is going to happen from one day to the other. So if you're looking to get one of these ships, you might want to get one of the CCUs now and then just save them until you have the chain that you want. Looking at this, we have the Hercules. You're going to save $35 on that. That's not bad. We have the Prowler was another one. That one there. It's $30 to get that CCU as a war bond to save a little bit there. We have the Max. How much was that? That one's $25 savings just getting that if you're putting that in your chain. So there is a way to save doing CCU chains on there. But right now, like I said, don't get any of the ships. Don't get any of these starter packs. Try out all the ships that are available. See what's on sale and see which one you would want to get. Now, the issue with that is that you have to make sure you use a referral code like the link below or this referral code up here when you make your account. That way, if you do get a ship, any referral bonuses are going to be applied to that as well. So I'm going to quickly go to all ships here. And where's the Intrepid? It would be 65, so it'd be right here. So if we go from the Intrepid, we're looking at what is available around that price range, which, if we look at it, what's more? The Sulian, I would not upgrade to that. Rock DS, definitely not. I mean, I will say the Intrepid is better than the Rock DS, but look at this. The Intrepid to Nomad. That is such a better price. I mean, $15. So if you bought the Intrepid and upgraded Nomad for $15, you get so much more of the Nomad. So if you did get the Intrepid and you decide, I want to upgrade a little bit just to make my game a bit better, so much more cargo. You can hold a rock. Still has an interior. But if we look at the ships that are around 65, so we'll look here at the prices. What ships are comparable to that one? So it's because I'm searching this way. So let's start at about 50. Cutter Scout, better ship. The Rambler, better ship. For the price, I should say. I don't know. I haven't tried out the Intrepid yet. We're going to see it. The Titan, $5 less. I believe holds the same amount of cargo. I would say the Titan is a better deal than the Intrepid. You do lose out on the kitchen area, like on the interior, like the shower and stuff like that. But I don't know. It's really gonna be hard to say. I really have to try it out. Reliant Core for the same price. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to head in the verse. We're gonna have to see what this ship is really like. So I am shocked. I thought it'd be 50, not or 45, like for the ship around there. I thought it would be comparable for the standalone ship to the price of the package to get something like an Aurora Mustang. The fact that it's not 45 or 50 and it's 65, I am really surprised at that price. That seems really high to me. I'm sure if I look at Spectrum now, people are going to kind of be making the same kind of comment. What I'm going to do is I'm going to head into the verse, head into the Expo, and let's actually look at the ship and see what we think based on what it looks like. Then I'll rent it, take it out, we'll give it a fly. One thing I do like about the Expo is there's always other people around. Makes it a little more alive in the verse. Heading down to the train now. We were at the Habs here at Microtech. We're going to go to the Metro Loop. And hopefully things are working. Now, one thing I didn't talk about at all in any of my videos is the... Oh, hold on. Oh, what's happened? There we go. Get in, get in. Oh, no! It's like they designed the trains to leave as you arrive. So anyways, what I was about to say is, one thing I haven't talked about in my videos is there is something called like the Expo Academy or something. I can't remember exactly what it's called, but you can do different things, including what I'm doing now, which is going to the expo floor. Just doing those things. One is doing the tutorial, doing some cargo missions, some bounty missions. There's 5 different things. You do 3 of them, and you're going to get a little bit of free gear. So I'm going to actually make a video about that later, doing some of the things. I don't think I can do the tutorial because I've already said no to it, but everything else should be doable in the game. So we're just waiting now. 18 seconds, so not too bad. We're going to head over to the expo floor. It'd be cool if there's more people here to get on the train with me. And once we're there, we're going to find the Intrepid and take ourselves a little tour of there. So I do not visit Microtech a lot, but I know a lot of people choose this as their starter, and it is a cool place. I don't think we're going to go outside right now. I think this goes directly to the expo. But this train is cool. Going across the frozen lake and just like looking out of the windows is amazing. I love it. And during the expo, sometimes you got a lot of people on here. When server caps start getting a lot bigger, like 1,000 people, why don't we go outside a little bit? I think it's going to be fun. I know a lot of people don't like taking the transit. They don't like being on the trains. But me personally, this part of the game, traveling around, getting from one place to another, I actually really enjoy. So this is so fast. I'm surprised that when it stops, it doesn't fling us into the front window. Slowing down now. Whoever did the sound design for this did a great job. Whoa, what was that? I think we just went through a wall a little bit. Whoop, and through the planet a little bit. Alright, so we're at the Tobin Expo Center. Exits this way. There we go. Through the metal detectors, which don't really matter. You can run through wearing a weapon. Maybe that'll change one day. You can also get a t-shirt by doing these the missions that they have. So right now we have the t-shirts for the Expo and Anvil and Aegis. Oh, actually it seems like they have all of them. Normally it was just like Crusader, if it was Crusader Day, and then, you know, Kanu the next, but they're all available. Nobody's T-posing on a chair, so that's always a good sign. Going to the Apex Hall. If there's 2 options here, look at the schedule and figure out which hall you need to be in. But since it's day 1, we're only in the Apex Hall. But day 2, you can go to still get some of these ships and then go to these ships. It's going to be kind of a rotating manufacturer, so that you always have 2 available, with the exception of day 1 and the exception of having everything available at the end of the event. It's a long ride. There we go. Oh, and we had a little bit of a pause there. I really wish they would start changing the look. So if you're at Microtech or you're at Air 18, like, I would love it if the expo halls looked different. They changed the colors, but the overall look seems to be the same. There was one year where there's big banners up the side. That was kind of fun, at least. We have a M2 in the middle there. We got one of the spirits, maybe like the C1, I'm guessing. And that's probably the A1. We could look at the map. Where the map is. Did I pass it? Is it here? There we go. Yeah, A1, C1. Starlifter. We got the Ares and the Hercules C2. The C2 is in there? That's pretty impressive that they jammed it in there. Some of the land vehicles, the Tumbrils. We have the Star Runner, which is a ship that I really enjoy. Down at the bottom, we got the Cyclones and the Ranger and Starliner. These will be holograms, not flyable in game. So I'm gonna have to come back here later and check out some of the other rooms. But right now we're just going our goal, the Intrepid, right here, dwarfed by the massive Hercules in the background, even dwarfed by the the C1. So, ooh, that's kind of cool. That's new. For those eager to meet their future head-on, renowned ship engineers and Crusader Industries proudly present the Intrepid, a bold ship ready to tackle any number of jobs, conquer numerous challenges. The Intrepid features efficient cargo space and comfortable living quarters to make the most of your solo journey across the stars. Solo journey, no friends, just the Intrepid. Okay, so can you get into the ship from this cargo space? I can't even seem to get into the cargo space. Well, if I lay down, I can. Is there no... Yeah. I thought you'd be able to. Oh. Oh, you can. Okay. Ooh. So if I wanted... Oh, that is... Something's going wrong there. That's not great. So if you wanted to get in from the sides... So technically, this little ship has 3 separate entrances, which is kind of impressive. Cargo. Cargo. Let's close these cargoes right now. Looks like you should be able to access them and put stuff on and off relatively easily, although it's not a great amount of room. But I kind of like that the ships... I'm not a big fan of all the ships being able to be walked under. It doesn't make sense. I feel like they should be lower to the ground anyways. The ladder, I don't think I realized this. The ladder is like on a slight angle, is it not? Yeah, just a slight angle. Okay. That's interesting. What's it look like when it opens? Let's check. It's called a ramp, but I'd say it's more of a staircase. Oh, that's kind of neat. Yeah, I like that animation. Yeah, the stairs kind of remind me of like they looked at the Banu Defender and thought those are great stairs and made like a lower budget version. I mean, how could anyone match the style of the Banu? Let's go. First things first, before I forget, because I will forget. Rent it for 2 days. Done. Rented. Now let's get in the ship the way it was intended, which is through here. Very good product placement. Why have anything else there when you can just have the advertisement? This is the cockpit, I'm assuming. Very narrow. We got a fuse panel here. Someone's already stolen the fuses out of it. Good job, whoever that was. Life support, not in the game yet. Oh, I do like that you can see if the fuses are blown out or not. That's kind of cool. I do like this, like, mesh that's over a lot of stuff. Like, I don't know what this is. Maybe that'll be for computer systems. O2 generation, maybe? Oh, no, that's not O2. That's 1, 2, 3. Don't know what that is. Radar, avionics, gravity generator. Cool. All right. Where do we go first? Now, I liked that the Star Runner has labels on the doors. I kind of wish this had labels on the doors. I mean, it's not a big layout. You're going to learn it pretty quick, but that would be kind of cool. We got, looks like a armor locker. I don't think that's an escape pod. Weapon / tool locker, so you could have like longer guns there, you could have multi-tools, I think there, shorter guns there. A shelf. I wonder if you could put a delivery box on there. Maybe what I'll do is I'll do a delivery mission and see if you can actually put delivery boxes on there. I don't see why you wouldn't just use the cargo grid, but maybe that would work. Nice little bed, kind of a nice looking bed. I mean, that pillow leaves something to be desired. It's a little bit flat, but interesting. Oh, I've accidentally sat down on this. Let's get back up. What does this do? Close. Oh, that's kind of nice. Kind of very lockery. You can see what's in there, but it's kind of secure. Shower, toilet, hot and cold. Why? Ooh. First of all, where's my hair? Oh, my helmet's not showing up. That's why. My helmet doesn't show up in there. It's just showing the screen. This is the first time I've... Yeah, I see you, dude. This is the first time I've ever seen... Okay, get out so I can go in. This is the first time I've ever seen a working mirror in the game. Something about it feels a little bit janky. I don't know, but part of it is that for some reason my helmet is not showing up in the ship. Also, oh, what are those? I just hit randomize. Unfortunately, that gave me a look that I was not expecting. Kitchen. Nice little bunkie. A lot of room for, you know, it says, you know, 4-1, and then it gives you enough seating for 2, but okay. Fire extinguisher. Cargo grid. Oh. Oh, I see. Okay. I was wondering why. Because it's right here is the cargo access. But this is like a lid to seal it off, which in a way is good if you open your cargo in an area where you don't want to vent your atmosphere. That's cool, but also if you open this, you could actually access the cargo from inside. Now if I hit this bottom button, that lowers it. So you can actually lower it without having to get into that there. So that's good. I don't know what this is. It looks like a handle, but it doesn't really do anything. Components, excellent. And the rest of the cargo there. Engineering terminal here. Very simple. Kind of straightforward, but you know what? I don't mind it. I don't know if I'd recommend that over a cutter, just because the cargo's kind of spread out. You definitely couldn't, like, I don't think I could squeeze a pulse onto there, but maybe I could. Looks cool. I'm sure it's going to fly awesome. I'm sure it's going to be super fun to fly. So, look at all the people around here. This is great. I'm going to head to the spaceport, and we're going to give this a go. We're going to see what this ship is like in the air. We're going to do a box delivery mission, and with that box delivery mission, we're going to really put this ship through its paces as far as just usability for a starter. After that, maybe a bounty, but I don't necessarily see that ship going to be performing really well for a bounty, but we'll see. We'll do the starter mission, whatever it's called, the training mission. So we're going to go back to the lobby, head to the spaceport, try out the ship. So leaving the Expo Center, if you want to get to the spaceport, go to the Commons. Technically, it doesn't matter. It's like a big loop. It'll get you there no matter which one you take. But this one is more on the way than heading back to... basically heading back to where you started. Both directions is 2 stops, but this one's going to be slightly shorter. So heading towards the Commons, we're just going to stay on the ship, or the train here. Should be relatively quick stop. So ignore the comments, but you can see there's the map. We started here. We went there to the Expo Center, there to the Commons, and now we're going to go across the ice lake to the spaceport. I wonder if you'll be able to use this as well when fire is a thing. Maybe these will catch on fire and you can save the day. Heading out over the ice lake now. I don't know why I don't spend more time in New Babbage, because it's such a cool place to go. I love flying over here. It's easy to find the spaceport because it's right across from the city, across a big lake. Yeah, it's great. I think it's just because it's so far away from every other place. That's why I like Lorville, because Lorville itself is kind of central to get from one place to another. There is ground access, so basically under where we are right now is garages that you can get to from the spaceport. So if you want to take a land vehicle out or park a land vehicle and get into the spaceport, that's how you do it. Coming around the corner here, we're going to be stopping underneath.
Nearing next stop.
Here we are. All right. Exit this way. And now we have to take elevators up to the spaceport. We are underground now. Those seem relatively quick to respond. There has been times where there's been an expo and these elevators have not worked at all and people have been trapped. It's really worked out well because then different members of the community have used their ships to ferry people from the city to the spaceport. It's actually pretty awesome how people kind of banded together, but luckily it seems that it's working now. I still do have a little bit of a crackly voice due to having been sick about a week ago, but I have improved. So here we are overlooking the ice lake. We just came down this exact line right here. We started out in that building there. That is the nest. That is where Habs were, and this is the loop that we took. So it's actually pretty cool to like be able to see. This is all like while I was doing that, someone could have been standing at that window watching me. I think that's pretty awesome. We're gonna go here. We're gonna choose our Intrepid. Any of the ships you rent, like this one here, is 1 day and 23 hours so far. You click delivery. No matter where you are for the first time, delivery will give you that ship. And that way you don't have to wait for it to claim if you rent it and then go to like a spaceport and then take it out there. So any of the bigger ships, that's maybe a better idea, so you don't have to worry about trying to like slowly take off from a hangar on a planet and make your way through Atmo. Extra large hangar because in-game I have purchased a lot of ships. I don't own a lot of ships actually on this account, but I do have things like the 890 Jump, I believe, or was it the Reclaimer? I can't remember which one. I just went through this and couldn't remember what I had on this, but I get a massive hangar because of that. So unfortunately that means this Intrepid is way over there. If you're just doing this for the first time, it's going to be a much smaller hangar. But what was it? Maybe it was Reclaimer. I just want to check to see what I had. Reclaimer. That's what gave me the extra large hangar. We're going to run all the way across this hangar. These are nice hangars. I'm also used to the dirtier self-land hangars, not the AeroView. AeroView are clean. Clean and fancy. Look at, I can fit 1,120 SU in that freight elevator. That's crazy. All right. So on this side, right? And like I said before, the way these bend, I kind of like that this is pointed down for takeoff, and then you can like flip it up out of VTOL mode. Come in here. Close that. Get into our pilot seat. We're going to take a nice view of the outside of this ship. So here we are. You know, a lot of people didn't like the look. I don't mind the look. I think it's kind of cool. I think a lot of that is because they wanted to fit in that little hab area in the side. But kind of an interesting look. I don't believe... Yeah, they have fixed this. So before, when you got in your ship, it was already powered on. And I wasn't a big fan of that. I kind of like that you have to hit ship power on first before that happens. If I put on my quantum drive, so if I just go here. Yeah, okay. So I don't have my quantum drive on here. I don't need... Right now I got 62 shots on that repeater. If I take off my life support, I don't need that right now. And I can add more to my guns. So now I have 75 shots. I can boost up my shields. And boost up my engine. Actually, you know what? You don't need to. With this stock power plant, you can pretty much max out all your stuff in combat mode. I would recommend doing that absolutely right away. Now let's look at this again. The ship's weapons, nice and blue. That's kind of cool. We're going to put VTOL mode back on. Oh. And it's not showing me. See, in the the video, there was definitely like some jets coming out of that, and they're not happening here. That's actually disappointing. Hopefully they fix that, because that looked cool. I really like that look, and it's not happening now. That's kind of interesting. Ooh, they fold it. They don't get covered up. They just kind of fold in place. That's kind of neat. All right, we're gonna head up into space. Let's see how quickly this ship takes off. Straight up out of the top with full boost. That is pretty quick, I will admit. All right, let's test out. I mean, it's a Crusader ship. It flies fast. It rotates, it banks. Unfortunately, I'm in a cloud and you can't see. But yeah, it flies nice. As far as Crusader ships go, not a surprise. Those ships always fly amazing. That one is flying good. And we're speed right now in SCM, we're going 225. We put it into navigation. Default 455. We're going 452 at the moment. We're gonna see our max speed. (1,225) is our max speed. Like, we're already 25 kilometers up. That is cool. I think that's great. We're gonna jump over now to Port Tressler. I'm gonna quickly set my spawn there, and then we're gonna go do a couple missions. The noise is interesting. I don't know how I feel about it. It's a little too Sulian, a little too alien. I kind of liked maybe if it was a little less high in the pitch, maybe? I don't know. I mean, it's not bad once you're up to speed. We'll see. All right, so I'm going to go reset my spawn, and then we're going to go do a couple missions. We're going to go do a box delivery, and we're going to go do a bounty, and then we'll see. Is this something I would buy? Is this something you should buy? Once we land, we'll give it a go. Hello, sir. All right, we're going to head to our hangar. We're going to do 2 missions, like I said. First one's going to be the delivery missions, just a starter box delivery. So let's find the Intrepid. There we go. We still got it for another 17 hours plus a day. Not bad. I did take a bit of a break after I reset my spawn in order to have dinner, walk the dog, watch some Jeopardy, you know, some good relaxing fun. And now we're going to head into the verse yet again. It is a good looking ship. I mean, it looks really good. I just wish these had jets on them like it shows in the actual videos. That must be an oversight. It must just not be working. The ramp's nice. I mean, it's really easy to get in and out. I do like that if you somehow land on a weird slope and can't get into your ramp, that you'll be able to use the cargo elevators to get yourself in. That's pretty cool. My plan with the box delivery mission is to see if I can put the box on those little shelves inside. Kind of a waste. I mean, I would just chuck them on the floor, honestly, but why not? Use the ship for all it's worth.
Systems on. Engines on. Quantum fuel.
Whoa. Okay, it lifts off really fast.
Launch complete. Landing gear up.
So we'll start that opening. While we're doing that, let's look at our contracts. Delivery. local evaluation, since those are the close ones. We're going to go from Rari Outpost and Kelope to Cleo. So 2 moons, I like that. I like 2 moons because that way you're going to have a quick time in and out of Atmo. Although this is a pretty quick ship. I mean, look at it go. Pretty awesome. Okay, before I smash into the space station,
Shields off.
we're gonna go pick up our package. At the same time, since this is kind of a restart, we're going to do a bit of a loot. Oh, that reminds me. I'm gonna quickly tab over to my screen, and I'm gonna find what it's called. I think it's called the Expo Academy, but I'm gonna double check that. So there is something going on right now. It is called the IAE Academy, yes. And so what this is you just complete tasks in game, and by doing them, you do them. Like, so I went to the Expo and rented the ship. I got perfect. I can jump there. I got my first task done just by going to the Expo, going and renting a ship. First task is done. If you're just starting out and you did the tutorial, that's another task. There's 5 tasks total. You just got to do 3 of them. One of them is potentially this, what I'm doing right now. Let me look. It says hauling. Cargo haulers, the backbone UAE, keeping our city sustained. Complete the opportunity for independent cargo hauler contract in your mobiGlas. Okay, so I got to go do that one. Doing that will get it done. Combat is tracker training permit certification. You do that. And the last thing is mine and sell ore. And that means even hand mining. So if you go hand mining or use a rock, it's funny, they talk about hand mining, and then the image is from a rock, showing him using that in the image. Do any of those 3 things out of those 5, and you're going to get AIE in-game shirt, which is good because all the shirts that they've ever given you, they go away. Like any ones that you buy in game, then they wipe, and then you lose them, and there's no way to ever get them back. So getting one of those, that's kind of awesome. I'm happy with that. You're also going to get the combat career kit because, of course, combat. So you get the Orc Singularity armor set, which would be the legs, torso, arms, and helmet. You get the stone skin undersuit. You get a P4 AR Night Stalker themed rifle and a Gemini L86 pistol. Does not look like you get a backpack, so that's the only thing that you wouldn't get with that. But that would all be more permanent gear just by doing 3 of those 5 things. So I think that's pretty awesome. So that's why I couldn't see this rising, because I'm aiming straight down. That's all right. So we're gonna put my shields up because that also just kind of limits my speed a bit, so I'm not gonna slam into the ground. 4 kilometers away. When we get closer, I'll put on my landing gear. And where are we gonna land? Ooh, did they fix? Let's find out. Lights seem to be working. Awesome. Because lights weren't working before, so at least they are working now. Now, I'm gonna kind of land central to all these places here because I'm gonna loot first, and then we'll do our box delivery. So if I land here, that'll give me access to all these different areas. I don't need to land on the landing pad. Engines off. Now, unlike a ship like the Nomad, that when you get out it kind of closes behind you, or say the Vulture, if you just jump off the side. This one, if you don't want anyone to steal your stuff, you're gonna have to remember to close your ramp before you run off. Okay, so where is my box? My box is over there, so we're gonna start over here and see if there's anything worth looting. Now, I don't have a backpack, I don't have a core, so I'm gonna be kind of limited in what I can loot. But I'm looking for like a multi-tool. But if I find armor like a core or legs, I'll be able to then put that on and get a little more stuff. Although I'm not seeing any crates here. Oh, there's one crate. Okay. Any multi-tools? No, there is a cruise though, but I can't carry it because I didn't think ahead to put any inventory that carries, or any clothing or armor, I should say, that carries inventory. No backpacks, no core, so might have been a mistake. Okay, where else can I go? This one over here. I don't see a platinum bay. Is there no platinum bay here? Maybe not. Now, it's kind of an odd thing to really test to see how this ship does as far as deliveries go, because, I mean, it's got an interior. Of course, it's going to be okay for delivery, so it's just starting out, it's going to be fine.
Hey there.
Alright, nothing. Alright, let's go get our package. We'll check that last building as we go. Still don't know why there's no platinum bay here. That doesn't make any sense. Maybe I just don't see it. Maybe it's behind this. So the chances of me finding armor here is a lot better because there's just more boxes here, including this red one, which probably has what I'm looking for. Pants, can't put them on. Arms don't give me any storage. It's a cooler looking helmet, so let's wear that helmet. Alright, so I saw a red box, didn't have chest armor out of all the ones that I could have found. It's kind of disappointing. This is a different location I'm used to. Usually I'm used to the ones that have the other buildings. Alright. So that's okay. We didn't need that cruise yet. We got our box. Nothing to search up there. Let's deliver this to the Ryari McGrath Research Center. Full speed ahead. Good thing I parked as far away as possible. Now I could put it in the cargo grid down there, but I kind of want to see if I can fit it on that shelf, so get into our ship. Oh, look at that! Well, that's actually pretty cool. I like that. Alright. Nice and secure. Once again, the spinny seat, which anyone who watches my videos know I'm not a super good fan of. Alright. I was just checking because OBS was not showing that it's recording, but it actually seems like it is. A little bit of a panic there. Alright.
Engines on.
Let's deliver this.
Launch complete.
So this is why I like being in a moon. Altitude. I think we're probably high enough now.
Shields off.
Yeah, like look at how quickly you get to space on a moon.
Quantum travel engaged. Landing gear up.
Oh, that was the wrong moon. Okay, let's try this again.
Complete.
Cleo.
Quantum travel engaged. Quantum travel complete.
it's pretty quick. I mean,
Quantum travel engaged.
the responsiveness, the flight is pretty good. The cooldown for when you're jumping. I mean, I've only done these short little jumps, but it seems pretty quick. It does have a lot of cooling.
Quantum travel
Yeah,
complete.
not bad. And there is a paint that looks like it might be a little bit green. I kind of like that. What is that? What am I looking at right there? Is that like an outpost? What is that? I don't know. Very shaky. Still not sure about the noise, the engine noise. Some people might really like it. And it's not like I don't mind grumbly loud noises, because the alien ship, the Carthual, has one of the best, by far, noises. And somehow it's kind of similar to this one. And yet, to me, it's just better. It fits the ship more, where I think of Crusader, I don't know, it does sound powerful, but it also just sounds a little rumbly for my liking, so. Let's go grab our box. Open door. I mean, it's got a lot of doors, so it's got the fun of a MSR without, you know, as many doors. I do like these shelves. I mean, that is kind of cool. I think the Nomad has shelves like that. I've never tried putting a delivery box on them. I'm not going to bother. Doesn't seem to be anyone around here, so I'm not going to bother locking myself out of my ship by closing the door. I'm going to risk it. If you don't want to lose your ship and have to, like, start at a space station or call something else on one of those smaller pads, I say always close your door, but do as I do, not as I say. Alright, drop off. Place. Loot. I mean, we can put one of these on. No, doesn't even let me do that. But that was it. Delivery mission. Done. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. I think we're going to try something a little bit harder. Let's do a an actual combat, a bounty mission. So I'm going to quickly see if there's anything else here. A multi-tool. I'm still trying to find a multi-tool. And then I'll meet you guys in space as I work on a bounty. So of course, just after I said that I will meet you when I go in here and I stop recording, I found myself a multi-tool and 3 tractor beams. So I could only grab one of them, put that one on there. We're going to look here now, looking at the IE Academy. It says to take the Tracker Training Permit certification. Do I have that? Tracker Training Permit certification. It's going to cost me 500, and that is going to go. It doesn't tell me where. Oh, last seen on a cave on Daymar. So we're heading over to like Crusader. So let's do that. Now at the same time, I'm going to go to Mercenary. And we're going to get Call to Arms. Accept that. That way, when I shoot him, I'll get a little bit of extra money. So we're going to go over to Crusader. Start with that. That's CRU L1. Don't want to go there. Target's last location. Oh, well that actually, somehow I hit exactly where I want to go. Will that let me? No. Okay, let's go this way. Crusader. There we go. Let's jump to Crusader. And we have currently a full tank of Quantanium fuel, more or less. I've done a couple little jumps, but nothing that would really matter on there. But if we look at this, how much of my fuel is it using? Does it say? It says somewhere here. We'll figure it out when we get to the end. We'll see how much fuel we have left. And then we'll get our target. Okay, I don't know if that was slow or just far, but this is the stock Intrepid. That's one thing about renting things. You can't upgrade them. Well, I guess you could now that it's all physical. You can like tractor them in and out. I'm still thinking of the days when you rented a prospector and couldn't do anything about it to change it. But I'm just keeping the stock, but I did make the adjustments that you may have seen me do earlier. So I'm turning off the life support because right now, no need to have that on. When you're in SCM, it's good to have, I'll show you here. It's good to have the, is this not changeable? There we go. It's good to have the quantum drive off, and that gives you all these extra bits here, so we can put more in guns. And that will bring our guns up to 75. We'll put everything into shields there, and then our coolers look good. There we go. So now we have pretty much the maximum ability of our ship. So now if I use my guns, it's got a pretty long fire before we run out. And then it recharges to full. There. Like, that's pretty quick. I like it. So hydroponics is 83 away. That's probably the best to go to. So this one, like a lot of bounties and a lot of missions, you can't jump to. Sometimes they're over top of a specific area, but this one it looks like we're not able to. Now because hydroponics is a little bit further, I might be able to turn off my jump as I'm going over. So I use U for that because that's usually the best way to get it to work. And now it's not working. Why is my ship not? Is it because my engines aren't on? There we go. So hitting U does stop it, but it turns your engines off too. So let's quickly double check that I still have it set up the way it did. Perfect. We're gonna just fly down towards our target. When we get closer, then I'll turn it into SCM mode. But right now, having it in nav mode, we can actually move a lot faster. I was breathing a bit heavy there. I wonder if I was actually giving myself a lot of G-force with my acceleration. Maybe. Target's last no location. I don't know what the target is. When I get about 20 away... Oh. So. There is a good possibility that I'm going to fail this mission, or at least it's going to count as abandoned. I'm going to wait till this comes back on, but I don't need you to sit here and watch this. This is kind of annoying. And then we'll see what happens. I might have to take another mission, pay another 500, and try this again. But at least the ship should be set up. I don't know how long this is going to take. I said that, and then stopped recording, and the server came back on almost instantly. So whatever jump you just saw happen there, at about 4 seconds. But as you can see, I did indeed lose that mission. I'm gonna guess it says abandoned. Abandoned. Yeah. So I also have no offers here. So that's kind of annoying. That means it's not gonna work. So what I'm gonna do instead, we're gonna test out bed logging. So let's find an OEM. It's a shipping hub, Gundo. That's a cool place to go if you haven't visited there. Where's a good orbital marker? Or we'll just go between these two. Go between Yella and this moon. Now, unlike when you're traveling around a planet, for here, if I hold left mouse, it does tend to work as far as stopping the ship. So I'm gonna do a little server hop because, unless they've shown up now, it doesn't look like we're getting any. That's really working well. No missions. Server hop, reload. Hopefully missions come back. So let's get into the ship. Now here's something that's not really great about this ship. Look at the minimap. It is so full of labels to the point of being pretty much useless. Now if I hold this, even there, like look at. Like, do we really need all those labels? Like even if I zoom in, what's the point? It's too many labels for a ship that is, you know, 90 meters, not 20 meters long. Too many labels. Alright, we're gonna get into the bed. Will bed logging work in this ship? I would hope so, since it's a relatively new ship. For some reason, I put my mobile glass on. I wish the interaction was up here more than down here, but it's high enough I can still see log out. Seems to be working. That's good. I'm gonna get back into the verse. If I just go to USA again, since I'm closer to US than anywhere else, the best usually doesn't work as well for me is just a random US server. I find if I choose best, sometimes those are the ones that are the glitchiest. I don't know why. It just seems to be the case. Fairly quick to log in. Am I between those two moons? Or am I in the heart of the Stanton sun? Oh, cool. Still here. Alright. Next thing to check. Contracts. Perfect. Bounty Hunter. Tracker Training Permit Certification. Try again. Mercenary. I don't have a call to arms. That's okay. Go to Ita Cave. Ita. Going to Ita. Through a bed log. Does it remember what I did to change my setup on my ship?
A journey worth taking.
It does not appear to be the case. That's kind of upsetting. Okay, so we're gonna put my... Oh, we're not on though.
Engines on.
Okay. There. 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 Okay. So we got that back. Go to Ida. Another long flight. That I won't subject you to. Fingers crossed that the server stability gods are smiling on me.
Quantum travel engaged.
Here we go. So the cooldown, pretty quick on long trips. I do like that. All right, we are trying to get 600 away. If I go to this OEM, this one looks like it won't be able to easily make a path that I can stop close to.
Engage. Quantum travel.
300 away. Maybe that'll work. Okay. Fly towards this OEM.
Quantum travel.
Oh, that was too fast.
Quantum travel complete.
Still 300 away. Alright, looks like we're just gonna have to fly. That is the one thing about bounties and different things like that. Sometimes you can't just fly to them, especially if they're at caves. Cave systems are ones that you have to navigate to. They're not just jumpable points. I kind of like that. I kind of like that not everything you can jump your ship to. Considering we're moving at 1,200 meters per second, just over that. It's going relatively quick, but it's still going to take a bit, so I'm going to jump ahead to when I am closer to our target. Assuming no server crashes. Just entered the moon's atmosphere now at 20 kilometers up, although if you were jumping, I think you only get about 4 kilometers up before you can jump. So we're getting close to the cave here. I'm just thinking now, had I really thought about it, I could have brought a mining tool for my multi-tool, because one of the academy tasks is mining, and by doing that, hand mining is viably one of them, so that actually could have potentially worked. Kind of a cool looking moon. That was weird what the light did there, but we're about 20 kilometers away. When we get to about 12, I'm switching over to SCM. Oh, he showed up. We'll do it now. What do we have? It looks like an Aurora. Aurora versus Intrepid. Does it have missiles? Does have missiles. Can I shoot 2 at once? I can shoot 2 at once.
Locked.
And that's all my missiles. 2 missiles. What's this? What is this? Is that a cutter? Looks like a cutter. Alright, well let's take on this cutter first. Alright, that was all of my guns at the moment. There we go. So I got the shields out. Actually, it's not a cutter. That's a prospector. I was looking at it at the wrong angle. Well, how strong is a prospector? I mean, pretty beefy. Wonder if there's any cargo on Aurora, because I was hoping to be able to take some of the cargo from whatever I ended up shooting here and seeing if I can put that into my ship, but I don't think I tend to find much on Auroras. But got a little bit of damage on this prospector. If you just want to do the mission, go after the ship that you need to, the one that's the your target, but why not try this out by taking out both ships if possible. It is pretty far away. It keeps. I'm not able to get close to it. There we go. I mean, the fastest Crusader ship, I'm not having any trouble keeping this ship in my sights. And what happened there? I thought I took it out, but it's still up. I just knocked something off of it.
Target.
There we go. Alright, now where's the other guy? Oh, that was the guy. Oh,
Engines destroyed.
So the countermeasures didn't super work on this. Alright, let's take on this Aurora. So apparently the Prospector was my target. But we're going to take on this Aurora even though I'm missing a wing now. And one of my guns. Oh no, wait a minute. I only have one gun, that's right. In my mind, when you only have one firing, that means you're missing a gun. Not on this ship. Ooh, I'm having issues with control because of my missing wing. This will be interesting. Whoa, maybe this is a bad idea. What if I just sit still and shoot him? Why is he not shooting back? That is kind of surprising. Considering I'm not moving. What a weird tactic. Now I will say, one thing I was looking at this ship, one thing going for it is it did seem to have an extremely small radar signature. That if you want a stealthy starter, this might be the ship for you. Can you come back to me? Cool. See, every time I try to fly now, I am all over the place. Alright, he's coming back. Now he's got some shields up. I cannot believe he's not taking shots at me anymore. I might actually win this fight by just standing here and not moving. Alright, it's turning around. Coming back in. Definitely by changing the power settings to give myself 75 shots has definitely helped me out.
Target destroyed.
There we go. Alright, so let's lower my maximum speed. Whoa, yeah, this is definitely bad. This is definitely unflyable. Okay, I'm trying to keep an eye on that ship, though. There it is. So what if I go real slow? No, like, I am unable to fly at all with this. Like, my torque and balance is uncontrollable. I'm just tapping forwards. Where do I put my landing gear down? No, still bad.
Landing gear down.
And for some reason this is not sinking. Does it have any cargo? It's got a passenger deceased. That is it. But it's not falling to the earth, which is unfortunate because I wanted to try to get some of the weapons and put them in the cargo hold. But if we look at our ship, like, we have sustained a massive amount of damage. Although now we can see the mechanisms for the landing gear. Like, CIG thinks of everything. They don't just have them kind of come in and come out. Like, there's actually, they have to fit in a space. And so they're fitting into there. That's kind of cool.
Landing gear up.
But there's the guy. I could have got his gear. But But this whole ship is floating 6 kilometers in space. That's kind of annoying. Unfortunately, I don't know how I'm going to fly back to where I want to go. I'm going to try
Shields off.
quantum jumping into where I'm not into a planetary gravity. Why did I say it like that? I don't know.
Quantum travel engaged. Quantum travel.
Okay, so now that I'm in space, that's better. I'm still pulling off to the side, but not as bad. Oh, except for I spoke too soon. Yeah, I think I'm going to, instead of limping home, I don't have any cargo on me. So my thoughts on this: fighting, took out a prospector, no problem. Took out the Aurora, no problem. Although, admittedly, Aurora didn't fight back. Tried using my countermeasures and took 1 missile in basically the end of this ship. So, yeah, I think that's it. So, 2 missions that I did. I'm not really gonna bother doing cargo hauling because this video is way too long as it is. But yeah, I'm gonna bring this back, and then I'm gonna do a little bit of talk on how I feel about the ship. Am I gonna get one? And what do I think about people who might want to buy the ship, or whether this should just be a pass. So yeah, we'll do that right now. For you, for me, it'll be in the morning because it is almost midnight. And we're back the next day. I was just chatting with someone in global chat because they said that the elevators are not working at Port Tressler. And they worked. I was able to get into my ship. So if someone says elevators aren't working, sometimes you just gotta try them. Maybe they're not working for them. Maybe that elevator isn't working. Try different elevators. If one's not working, give it another one. But we're back in the verse. This is day 2 for me. It is the morning, and I've had some time to think about this ship. Kinda decide my final verdict of it. Now, first off, I mean, I gotta admit, it's getting a lot of flack from its look, but I like it. It looks, in my opinion, it looks nice. It's a nice looking ship. And it's, for a starter, like, it's pretty big. Like, if you think about this, if you were actually standing beside this ship, this is a big ship. And that's one of the drawbacks of this game, is that things look small. The first time that I found something kind of like Star Hangar Viewer, whatever it's called, that you could put on VR goggles and look at a ship, I was shocked at the size of an Aurora, or even a Rock. They're just massive. And if you look at something like the C1, the size of a large passenger plane, I think if this game gets VR, these ships are going to become more and more impressive, just because you'll actually feel the sense of scale that doing this doesn't give me. But even if you just stand out here and you just compare it to the size of this body here, it's pretty impressive. It'll be more impressive when you can get your name on there. Name your ship, give it a name. But yeah, I do like the look. Still coughing, so you'll notice the pauses there. I do like the look. I don't love the look, but I like the look. I mean, I like Crusader ships, but there is something about this that I'm not a fan of. And I think it's mainly right here. I think this center area, the angle of that kind of looks like the angle of the Crusader taxis that are at Orison. And I'm not a fan of that. I wish it was a little bit more like it is here, where it kind of blends into the body better, where this straight edge just feels lacking, maybe? So, I'm not a fan of that. I do like the look from the side. I do like the asymmetrical look, although with the original gun, maybe not. I do like the design of that, like, reverse engine, or the engine intake, I should say, that is, like, kind of folded in with that extra panel. That's cool. And I love the Crusader engines. look. I know the original concept of the Star Runner had like a central round engine, but I kind of like their oval pods that they put on, the slight angle to them. I'm not sure what all this is supposed to be here, all this kind of mechanical parts here, but I do like that they're more exposed at the rear of the ship, where the front of the ship has everything nice and tightly packed in and smooth. I'm guessing this is like the chaff for when you're trying to get away from missiles, which doesn't necessarily always work. So let's head inside the ship and take a look at it there. So maybe I will kind of go over some of the negatives first, get those out of the way, then talk about some of the positives of the ship, and then after that, just kind of my final thought, if this is a ship I would recommend, or if this is a ship that I'm going to get. So, negatives first on here, kind of like a nitpicky one, but I'm not a fan of the engine noise. The engine noise itself just didn't fit well with me with the ship. It was fairly loud, but without being like, I don't know. It's hard to describe why I didn't like the engine noise. So I pointed that out in the video. It didn't really do much for me. The biggest negative, the weirdest thing that this ship needs to work on is this mini map with all these words on it. Although last time I remember one of these being kind of on an angle, wasn't it? But it's just, oh yeah, the bathroom one, which I couldn't see because it's like this here. What a weird mini map. Like, maybe it's just by default these all show up, and so on a smaller ship that's when this becomes an issue. But this is unusable as a little mini map, and it just kind of makes it weird in your top corner of your screen when it's just a bunch of jumble of words. I like this area here. It's kind of cool, but the map itself, kind of odd. The one gun, definitely. Actually, if I go here and I hit F4, do I get an external view of the ship? I do not. Okay. Alright, so we're going to have to go to the pilot seat if I wanted to do that. The gun, the one single gun as a design, I think it's fine. It follows along the line of the things like the Ion and the Inferno. But they have massive guns. Their ship is all about having one gun. This ship could have benefited from another gun. And the one gun is definitely a negative point to it. Now, that's not really an issue if you're not really going to get into combat or not wanting to have combat in your ship. Unfortunately, combat is still the way to go with this game for almost any event or any career path. Even if you're doing a delivery mission, a lot of times they involve being attacked by NPCs while you're doing it. When you're out, say, in a prospector mining, random NPCs find you and attack you, and you got to defend yourself. Combat seems to be everywhere. Even in racing, a lot of racing ships have guns on them, so they're still combat-ready ships. Yeah, so the one gun is definitely a negative. Also, this ship in combat seemed extremely fragile. Like that one hit from a missile when I had my shields up basically ripped off a wing, made it unflyable. So I wasn't a fan of that. The pros of this ship, very responsive. It's a Crusader ship. Crusader ships just have so much responsiveness in flight. It's pretty impressive. It's really impressive actually how well they fly. The range for it seems pretty good. The interior, although, I mean, you could have had all this space without the walls and just had a massive interior. Breaking it up in little parts will help during the introduction of stopping fire from spreading or trying to keep an atmosphere in when you open things, so that when you have your hab in this room, if there's someone in this room, if there's someone engineering and someone opens this door, it's not going to vent this entire ship. But it's designed as a single person ship with one person. Even getting rid of these doors and just having, you know, more of a bulkhead wall to kind of separate areas, but actually having you have a lot more quick access to different parts of the ship, I think would have been better. I think that would actually been kind of cool, is to have like bulkhead walls, but spaces around them, and that could have been a design that really stood out. That would have been a kind of a cool thing for the ship. I like the interior though. I like the exterior. I do like the fact that it can hold cargo and how they've made a unique way for it to hold cargo. I love this engineering kind of cargo section in the back with, you've got, I'm assuming these will be fuses potentially also here, but there are some at the front. I like the engineering terminal here and all the components if you had to repair them here. Yeah. I think it's kind of cool. And one great thing about the ship is the ability to enter and exit the ship through these cargo areas. So having technically a small starter ship with 3 different entrances and exits is pretty awesome. Like, that's pretty amazing. So yeah, overall I think that's pretty cool. I kind of got confused yesterday looking when I originally recorded, comparing the price of this ship to other ships. I wasn't really thinking. I was comparing the price of this ship to ships that I know of as like starter packages for people to get starter ships and get into the verse. And kind of from that angle, would this be a ship I recommend to new players? I was thinking about this ship being $60, but as a starter package, this ship is normally going to be $80, which is actually going to bump it up even higher in the price package. So the ship itself, only $65. Now I say only $65, but I'm referring to an $80 package. $65, if you want to get a starter ship and a starter package, like if you're looking right now, the Mustang currently on sale for $40, but normally $45. Same with the Aurora, $45. You can get one of those, get into the game, get in the verse for $45 as opposed to $65. A much better deal, or $80, I should say. A much better deal. But ships around the $65 range, the 315P is an awesome ship. Maybe better than this. Besides, if you had a 315P, and I hold another giveaway for the Nomad upgrade, it would be, a much better deal. The Titan is $5 less, and honestly, I think overall potentially better as a starter. Because this game still is more combat focused, the Titan is, I'd say, a stronger contender. You can get the C8R or the C8X. The C8X is only $45. The C8R is $65, same price. C8R, not better, but better as a combat ship, better as a portable respawn point, and better as a ship that you can call from a Platinum Bay ground terminal. So in that way, we have the Reliant Core is the same price, and the Sulian is like $5 more. The Sulian is a starter that I said I haven't really liked as a starter, but I'll point out the Sulian is called a premium starter, and it's $5 more. So is this being marketed as a premium starter compared to something like the other starter ships? I wouldn't call this a premium starter. So it's the highest price starter before you get into what they would consider to be a premium, I would assume. If I was going to get a starter ship right now, it used to be just get the cheapest ship and just get in the verse. You can always upgrade it later. I always used to love the Aurora MR because of its bed, which was allowing you to bed log. Apparently, bed logging is just no longer going to be a thing anymore, at least not something that's going to be that important. So I'd say the Cutter is now the one that I would recommend. The Cutter is one of the most perfect starter ships CIG has ever made. It has got a great interior, which has got everything you really need. It's pretty solid in combat for a starter ship of that size. It's got enough cargo space in there to put a lot of different type cargoes, and at the same time, it's got the ability to really just get you where you need to go. The Rambler itself, with that extra travel distance, what a great little starter. There's some changes I would make to this ship. So, as it is, my final verdict for me is going to be a difficult pass. And the reason why is because, first off, I just can't afford it. Even though it's, not an expensive ship, I can't afford this ship. It's just priced in a way that I I couldn't even justify getting the ship. And I love Crusader ships. I love the MSR. That is still one of my favorite ships in the verse, even though a lot of people are not a big fan of that. If you like it, or if you like Crusader ships, or if you're looking for a cheap ship with lifetime insurance that you want to upgrade later, absolutely pick this up. But I would say during the expo, try some of the other ships and see what you like it. Like, some people are going to like this ship. I can see some people getting the ship and it becoming a ship that gets a lot of votes for the best in show next year, honestly. But I don't see it being the best ship. There's just too many things that it makes this a no for me. The first is, I was expecting this to be around 45. I was hoping, with a war bond of 40 for the start of the expo. It's just priced too high for what you get. I know it's new, but there's just other ships that are priced at this price point, which just, in my opinion, they might not be as polished as this ship, but they just feel like more capable in some ways. And so starter ships, I know people have been waiting for a starter ship forever from Crusader. I'm one of those people. I just feel like this has missed this mark a little bit. Now, there are some things that could have made this ship at this price point better. And you have to remember, this ship until a week ago, basically, wasn't even this good. It had a smaller gun on it. Now it's got a bigger gun. It still hasn't made it better. There are some things that I kind of like. I like the look of the ship. I like how the wings are nice and beefy. Makes it feel more solid and more strong. But then you already saw that I lost a wing in a relatively simple fight. Because it's a Crusader ship with the big, thick, beefy wings, it does lack a few things that I wish. Now, between the pilot seat and the gun over there, right behind this armor locker is like a forward-facing thruster. Unfortunately, it has to be there because this would have been a perfect place for a window. Not enough ships have windows inside them. I do like that. I like the little details they put of like the cages that kind of slide and cover these areas here. I wouldn't make any changes inside a window in here. I also never looked to see how much storage this has. That's, I guess, the 15,000 units. Is that like 1.5 SU of storage inside, I guess? Is there any other storage in here besides the physical shelf storage and weapon storage? I don't think so. And armor storage. Yeah. I like this. I mean, the bathroom is big enough. The bed is fine. The storage is fine. The layout is pretty good. This little table here, I love that it's got little cup holders. That's kind of cool. The little kitchen area is going to be kind of cool when that's really more of a useful thing, because you can open these and store things in there. That's kind of neat. Overall, I like this interior. I think it's kind of neat. I love the engineering thing, but a change I would definitely make in the back, and another change that would make this ship better, this would have made the ship infinitely more sellable, is like, I understand that you made it different by putting 4 SU on each side. So that you can have some here, some here. It kind of fits into the wings. It keeps the ship more compact than a big cargo hold with all this other extra space in here. But you can only put 2 SU crates or 1 SU crates here. There are other ships in this price point that can carry 8 SU or 4 SU box, which you can't do in here. And if I look at this cover that's on here, oh, that was the wrong thing. There you go. Let's. It's got all this space up here that is just wasted. I mean, it'd be kind of neat if you could put a shelf up there, but why not have this as a sliding door that opens and shuts and make these cargo elevators hold 8 each? So you'd have the 4 on the bottom and then 4 stacked on top. Or maybe 4 couldn't, but you could have 2 over there and 4 over here. And just make it, instead of holding 8, it'd hold 12 then. So you can have 8, 12, or 16. I think you could have probably get it to fit 4 on top, 4 on the bottom. 16 SCU. If this was suddenly a little starter that could hold 16 SCU, then the fact that the gun wasn't really usable and the shell itself was relatively, weak, that would have been a game changer, and this ship would have sold like hotcakes. So that's my biggest gripe, is just that like this was kind of like missed opportunities. But overall, I think if you like this ship, pick it up. If you've got the money to spare and you want to get it, pick it up. If you've got credits in your account so you could buy this ship with credits, why not pick it up with credits? You can always melt it again later, and then it would be in your buybacks. So that's kind of a guaranteed for like that, and you're still getting 10-year insurance lease on that. But yeah, it's just I was really hopeful that this ship would really impress me, and in some ways it kind of has. But overall, for me, I think, unfortunately, and I do love collecting little ships, this one is going to be a pass for me. So that's it. Hopefully you kind of enjoy this, and let me know if you pick one up. If you did, why? Like, why did this ship speak to you in a way that made you want to get this ship? What was the reason that you picked this up? If you think that I'm wrong on something, or if you really don't like this ship, let me know in the comments below. What do you think of this ship? But for me, I say it's... I mean, if I was going to rate this out of 10, I'd give this one maybe a 6. It's not bad. It's just the cutter has kind of set the bar for starter ships. And so if you're going to get a game package, if you want to get in the verse so far, by the end of this expo, I'm going to say the Mustang package for $40. If you just want to get in for as cheap as possible, great deal. Star Citizen is never cheaper than $40.50. So pick it up. And if you're looking to actually get a ship that you're going to be able to kind of enjoy playing with and build up to getting other ships in game, definitely get the cutter. And this ship here, I'm going to get one, but not until it's in the verse and I can purchase it with UEC. Until next time, everybody, thank you so much. This one has been a long one. I'm sure this is over an hour by the time I edit this. I hope to see everyone soon in the verse. Enjoy the expo and have an awesome weekend.